everybody, welcome back to Soul Studios. I am your host Soul, and today we're talking about the time that I utterly ruined a Warrior Cats roleplay. You could say that the entirety of it wasn't my fault. Some of it wasn't my fault, but a lot of it was. So we're gonna go down memory lane to when I was like 12. I probably was younger. And we're gonna discuss the time that I botched a Warrior Cats roleplay. Back when I was younger, I was on a site called Quotev. If anyone else on the site will remember it and know that it's utterly dead now. It was dying while I was on it, but it was still kind of thriving. But it's dead now. It's utterly dead. No one's on that site anymore. But back when it was slightly thriving, I was on it, and I was a part of a Warrior Cats roleplay group. I will preface this by saying that at the time when I joined that group, I hadn't read any of Warrior Cats. All of my Warriors knowledge had come from watching other people roleplay in that group and watching Warrior Cats animations on YouTube. I hadn't read a single book at that point. I was trying to, but I couldn't get my hands on any, and yeah, it just went that way, and it was great. So I was a part of this group, and my main character that I roleplayed with was Soultail. Yes, the Soultail that you've seen on this channel before. The black and white cat, the one that's on the picture for the channel page. That cat, yeah, he's the main problem in this little story. And I had two friends that I roleplayed with. I forget their online names now, but I know the names of their OCs. There was their OC Bell Blossom, and then Cinderheart. So when I started roleplaying with them, Soultail was kind of one of them. I mean, those three were like the main characters in our roleplay. A lot of things revolved around them, and we didn't really roleplay with anybody else. We kind of did, but it wasn't like they weren't a part of our little story. Which is probably why when we botched this roleplay and couldn't recover it, it's why that group utterly died, because we were hogging all of the story space and no one else could have it. And I just realized that while making this video. So yeah, so basically what ended up happening was Soultail, my character, and Bell Blossom, one of my friend's characters, ended up getting together, and it was the cutest thing ever. They were the cutest couple. I miss role-playing that so much because it was amazing. This entire roleplay was what helped shape Soultail's story. I've changed a ton of details from the roleplay into what his story is now, but a lot of what happened in the roleplay is what happened in Soultail's story as it is now. Except, of course, like characters. I didn't steal anybody's characters. I made my own. And that's where most of the changes come from, because I had to change how things interacted and people and blah. Anyway, so Soultail and Bell Blossom were together. Really cute, really cute. Their whole story kind of connected in a way, because I also had a villain whose name was Dark Talon, and he was causing trouble for everybody. It was awful. Yes, it's a very cliche name, but I don't care. So they lived their happy life. Well, at one point in some crazy delusional headspace of mine, I decided that our roleplay had gotten like a little bit stale. And so me and my other friend, the one who had Cinderheart, I think her name was Cinderheart, I have no idea, decided that Soultail and Cinderheart were going to have a little affair. And it was going to be great. We did not think of the repercussions about that as far as Bell Blossom was concerned, and that's where the ruining started happening. So Soultail basically went after Cinderheart and ditched Bell Blossom like a horrible person. Which is a horrible move, and was a horrible move on our part. And it would have been recoverable, I think, except for it started causing drama in our actual friend group, not in the roleplay. the person who owned Bell Blossom was getting really upset and did not want to roleplay just because it hurt her a lot to see us just utterly cast her character aside. And thinking about it now, I do feel really bad for it. I wish that we had not done that the way it was, because of that in real life drama, we were never able to recover the roleplay, because at that point she didn't want her character with Soultail because of what he had done. And it was really bad. I do remember Soultail and Bell Blossom having one final "I loved you first, I hope that means something to you" moment, and it was adorable, and I thought that was us on the road to a recovery where Soultail and Bell Blossom got back together. But I guess I was wrong, because the roleplay ended up utterly dying, and I think a lot of it was because of us doing that and not being aware of other people's emotions around us. So yeah, that was the time I utterly ruined a Warrior Cats roleplay. Thinking back on it now, that was a really bad move on our part, specifically mine. I could have had Soultail just not do any of that, stay loyal to Bell Blossom, but I didn't, and I don't know why. Really bad move on my part. Soultail since then has grown as a character, and I would never, and like him as a character now, I would say he would never do something like that. He's very loyal to his mate and his story now. And I'm still kind of angry that it happened the way it did. I'm angry at my younger self for having him cast Bell Blossom aside like that. This is why we don't like drama, even in roleplays. Unnecessary drama, don't have it. Don't have it. It's so awful, and it can cause friendships to deteriorate because of dumb decisions made by your characters. It's a really bad idea. Don't do it. So yeah, that is the time that I ruined a Warrior Cats roleplay. That roleplay, as soon as we stopped, because that one person, Bell Blossom's owner, didn't want to continue, and Cinderheart's owner actually just stopped coming on the site. She kind of gave up on her accounts. Because of that, the entire roleplay group utterly died, because the one roleplay chat that we were going on, which was the Shadow Clan roleplay chat, this all happened in Shadow Clan, by the way, because we were cliche. So the one Shadow Clan chat that was keeping the group alive kind of died because our story died. I think there was one other story that went on in there that kept it alive for a little bit. I couldn't join in on that. It was kind of, our characters weren't really in that, so I did try. I do remember trying, and it was really awkward. But that group did end up dying right after that whole skid thing, which is kind of horrible. I kind of miss it. Bad decisions. Don't make bad decisions. It's not good for anybody. It's horrible. We don't like it. So yeah. Yeah. On to other things. The speed paints that y'all have been watching during this entire little story, these are all adoptables, and they are available for purchase. So buckle up, because I have a Ko-Fi, or coffee, whatever the heck you call it. I have a Ko-Fi now, and I would really appreciate it if everybody went and checked it out just a little. So I have commissions open right now. I currently have Your Character Here commissions and Headshot commissions open. Those are both very much open. There's 10 slots for each, so go check those out, because I'd love to draw some characters. I also have my adoptables, some of which you saw here in the speed paint. I have 2 other ones that are up. All of them are $15 each. Go check those out as well, because that helps me a ton. So thank you guys so much for watching. Y'all stay safe, drink some water, remember to breathe, and I will see you in the next video.